Hello and welcome to lesson number 2 of the Movement Focus course. Today I'm going to take you through 3 different locomotion movements, and they're going to be great for applying into the first form, the first sequence that I'm going to teach you. So the first thing we need to be able to do is this squat. So the flat foot squat, we went through it in the previous lesson. So whether you can fully sit in the flat foot squat like this, or you're a bit kind of on your toes with your heels up, it's not too much of an issue. Ideally you would constantly be working towards the flat foot squat if you're not there already, but we can continue with this even if you're not quite there. It's no issue. So the first move I'm going to teach you is something I like to call the Sumo Shuffle. So it's a really great move to kind of work up the flexibility and the mobility in your knees and your ankles and your hips. And it's also another really great quadrupedal movement. Quadrupedal, which means using your hands and your feet. So it looks great and it feels great. To do the Sumo Shuffle, all we're going to do is from standing, we're going to come down into our squat. The best squat we can do. Whether that is fully down or just kind of on your heels, the best attempt you can do. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lean forwards, and as we do, just place our hands on the ground. We're going to push our feet forward just a little bit, just push at the knee to make sure your shoulder is over your wrist. And once your shoulder is over your wrist, all I want you to do is shuffle your feet to the same level, if you can, as your hands. So just like this. So we lean forward, shoulders over wrist, and shuffle the feet to the hands. Now, how far you shuffle is completely dependent on your mobility. Some people will be able to go really far out. Some people will only be able to get about there, and that's completely fine. It's something you'll work at, and the more you do, the more mobility you will gain. So it's a really great thing. So we'll go through that a few more times. So from the squats, I'll do it just like this to demonstrate you can do it without having the full flat foot squat. So just from here, hands down, shoulders over wrists, shuffle the feet forwards, and there we go. And we're just going to do a few of those and just get used to the movement. Now, the height of your hips is completely up to you. The higher you move your hips, the more strain there will be on your shoulder. So if you want a better shoulder workout, you can go higher, just like so. And obviously, to make it tougher, really slow your descent, just like that. So that is our first move, the Sumo Shuffle. Number 2 is the Monkey Walk, and it is one of my most favourite quadrupedal movements, and one of my favourite movements in this course, and it looks amazing. So the Monkey Walk, you may be familiar if you've seen a few movement videos on Instagram or on YouTube, so I'll demonstrate to you now. So we're going to start in the squat again, like I said, very fundamental movement. So we're going to be facing just straight forward. We're going to move to the right direction of us, okay? So from the squat, again, you can be up on your toes if you need to, ideally down on your heels. All we're going to do is we're going to place moving in our right direction, we're moving our left hand pretty much in line with our right foot. It doesn't have to be perfect, just around that area. So left hand down, we lean forward, right hand down. The right hand moves past our right foot, maybe a foot out, foot and a half out from our left hand. Once we're here, we move the shoulders over the wrists by pushing with our quads, moving at the knees. And from here, all we're going to do is hop, and we're going to move our left foot first and then our right. So we're just going to go move left and then right, just like that. So from here, we lean forward, and as we move the left, the right comes up as well. And we step somewhat left foot in line with right hand, and then right foot a bit further off. So just like this. So left, right, and step back into our squat. And this can go either way, left or right. So all we're going to do, we'll do that again. So from the squat, we're going to go left hand, right hand. Lean, left foot, right foot, squat. And we'll do that again. So from the squat, we're going to go left hand, lean, left foot, right foot into the squat. Perfect. So you just want to practice that. The more practice you have, the better it will be. And the same rule applies to this as it does with the Sumo Shuffle. The more you lean into your shoulder, the better shoulder workout will be. And the slower you descend, the tougher it will be, again, on your shoulders and your core. So for example, to make it easy, you could go hand, lean, shuffle. To make it really tough on your shoulder and on your core, you can go left, right, lean, and then really push up the hips and slowly descend. So we'll just show you again. So hand, lean, foot, just like that. So it's completely up to you whether you want your hips low or higher. Find your comfortable range. Something you can do a lot of repetitions in. And of course, depending on how far out you have your feet, that will change the intensity on your flexibility and mobility. For example, this doesn't involve much mobility, and some people might not have that much mobility, so this is fine. However, if we want to do something with a lot more mobility in our hip flexors, in our hamstrings, what we can do, step out far, and then come into the squat. And the whole movement from the squat into the far step will really test your hip flexor and hamstring mobility. So we have two movements, we now have one more. And this is more of a transition move, so I'll demonstrate to you now. So we'll tie this all in together in a sec and it will make a bit more sense. So all we're going to do, this is kind of like a 180. It's not really a move on itself, it's more of a transition. So once we've done the monkey walk, we can step through and then twist. So essentially, monkey walk, and we stepped with our left, our right steps through. So I'm using my, let's say we're going the right direction, like we were with our monkey walk. Step through. My left hand and my right foot are my anchors, they're my pillars. And then of course my left foot is making contact with the ground there, but my right hand is up, it's free. So very simply, from the monkey walk, we go hand, lean, and as we go to step, our right foot makes contact first, and with our left, we bring it through the gap, remove the hand, squat with that leg, bring that leg out, this shoulder back, and we're here. And actually that will be the third move I will show you. So I want you to practice those quite a lot, get them really fluid and really kind of confident, because we're going to tie them all together. And in the next video I'm going to show you your first form. It's called the monkey crawls. So practice lots and stay tuned for the next tutorial. All the best.